Can you remember the last time you stood up from a chair without using your hands? No rocking back and forth, no pushing off your knees, no grabbing the armrest just to feel steady. Just standing up, smoothly, confidently, like your legs remembered how to do their job. For many of you over 60, that simple act has quietly changed. You sit down, and when it's time to stand, there's a small pause, a moment of hesitation. Your mind says, "Okay, here we go." You lean forward, you push through your thighs, maybe you use your hands, maybe you avoid lower chairs altogether, and stairs. You plan them carefully, one step at a time, holding the railing a little tighter than you used to. And here's what worries me. So many people accept this as normal. They say, "Well, I'm getting older, legs just get weak." But I want you to hear this clearly today. Weakness is not the same thing as aging. Weakness is usually inactivity. After the age of 60, your body naturally loses muscle faster than before. But muscle does not disappear because it's broken. It disappears because it's not being asked to work. And when your leg muscles go quiet, everyday movements start to feel heavier. Standing, walking, climbing stairs. Even balance becomes less certain. But here is the good news. Your legs are not fragile. They are undertrained. And the moment you begin activating the right muscles again, they respond. Quickly. Today, I'm going to show you the only 5 exercises seniors over 60 truly need to rebuild leg strength safely. No gym, no machines, no getting down on the floor. Just simple, controlled movements that wake your muscles up and teach them to support you again. We'll count down from exercise number 5 to number 1. And I saved the most powerful one for last, because it targets the largest and most important muscle for standing strength. The one that determines whether you rise with confidence or hesitation. And before we finish, I'll also give you a simple 60-second habit that accelerates why leg strength declines after 60. Before we begin the exercises, I want you to understand something important. If your legs feel weaker than they did 10 or 15 years ago, that does not mean they are damaged. It means they have been underused. After the age of 60, your body naturally begins to lose muscle mass more quickly. This process is called age-related muscle loss. But here is what most people don't realize. Muscle does not disappear overnight. It slowly becomes less active. Your nervous system stops recruiting it as efficiently. Your glutes, the large muscles that help you stand, begin to go quiet. Your quadriceps, the muscles at the front of your thighs, weaken if you sit for long periods. And your calf muscles, which are critical for balance and circulation, lose endurance if they aren't challenged regularly. The result? Standing feels heavier, stairs feel steeper, balance feels less certain. But here's the encouraging part. Muscle tissue is incredibly responsive. Even in your 70s and 80s, it does not forget how to work. It simply waits to be activated again. When you begin moving your muscles in a controlled, consistent way, 3 things start to happen. First, blood flow improves. Second, nerve signals between your brain and muscles become stronger. And third, muscle fibers begin adapting, becoming more efficient and more supportive. You don't need extreme workouts to make this happen. In fact, after 60, consistency matters far more than intensity. Small movements, done correctly, repeated regularly. That is what rebuilds strength safely, and that is exactly what we're about to do. So now that you understand why your legs may feel weaker, let's begin waking them up. We'll start gently, with exercise. Number 5. Exercise. Number 5. Seated march. Activation phase. We begin with exercise number 5, and we are starting gently, on purpose. This movement is called the seated march. It may look simple, but do not underestimate what it does for your legs. Sit toward the front edge of a sturdy chair. Keep your back tall, not stiff, just upright and relaxed. Place both feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Now slowly lift your right foot a few inches off the ground as if you are marching in place while seated. Lift only as high as feels comfortable. Pause for 1 second at the top, then slowly lower your foot back down. Now switch to the left foot. Lift. Pause. Lower. That is 1 repetition on each side. We are not rushing. We are not swinging. We are lifting with control. Let's do a few together. Right foot lifting, slow and steady. Lower. Left foot lifting, smooth and controlled. Lower. Continue alternating for 10 repetitions on each side. Now here's what's happening inside your body. When you lift your foot, you activate your hip flexors and your lower abdominal stabilizers. At the same time, the standing leg, the one still touching the floor, has to engage your quadriceps and calf muscles to keep you stable. So even though you are sitting, your legs are working, you are increasing blood flow, you are waking up the connection between your brain and your lower body, and you are gently preparing your joints for the exercises ahead. Here is an important detail. Do not lean backward as you lift your leg. If you feel yourself rocking, make the movement smaller. The goal is control, not height. And if lifting the foot feels difficult today, that is okay. Even lifting it 1 or 2 inches is enough to activate the muscles. Remember, we are not trying to exhaust your legs. We are teaching them to respond again. By the time you finish these repetitions, you should feel warmth, not fatigue. That warmth is circulation returning. That is your body preparing for the next level of strength work. Take a slow breath, sit tall, and when you're ready, we'll move on to exercise number 4. Exercise number 4, standing heel, raises. Now we move to exercise number 4. This one may seem small, but it plays a powerful role in balance, circulation, and fall prevention. It's called the standing heel raise. Stand behind a sturdy chair or near a wall for support. Place your feet about hip width apart. Stand tall, not rigid, just aligned. Now slowly lift your heels off the ground, rising up onto the balls of your feet. Go only as high as feels stable. Pause at the top for 1 second. Then slowly lower your heels back down to the floor. Do not drop them. Control the descent. Let's do that again together. Slowly lift. Feel your calf muscles tighten. Pause. And slowly lower. We'll aim for 10 to 12 repetitions. Now here's why this matters. Your calf muscles act like a second heart. Every time they contract, they help pump blood back up from your legs. As we age, circulation can slow. Ankles stiffen. Balance becomes less certain. Strong calves improve all 3. They stabilize your ankles, they support your knees, and they give you more confidence when walking on uneven ground. Here's an important detail. Move slowly. Most people bounce up and down. That turns this into momentum instead of strength. The slower you move, the more muscle fibers you activate. Now, if rising on both feet feels too easy, you can hold the top position for 3 seconds before lowering. And if it feels challenging today, that's completely fine. Lift just an inch or 2. Even a small range builds strength. One more reminder. Keep your weight evenly distributed across the balls of your feet. Do not roll outward. Do not let your ankles collapse inward. Stay steady, controlled, balanced. By the time you finish, you may notice your lower legs feel warmer and more awake. That's exactly what we want. We've now activated your hips. We've strengthened your calves, and your body is ready for the next level. Before we continue, if you're finding this helpful, and you know someone who struggles with weak or unsteady legs, consider sharing this routine with them. And if you'd like more practical, safe strength guides like this, you can subscribe to the channel. Now let's continue. Exercise number 3. If you're finding this helpful, and you know someone who struggles with weak or unsteady legs, consider sharing this routine with them. And if you'd like more practical, safe strength guides like this, you can subscribe to the channel. Exercise number 3, seated leg extensions. Now we move to exercise number 3. This is where we begin building true strength in the front of your thighs, your quadriceps. And these muscles are absolutely essential. They are the primary muscles that help you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, and control your descent when sitting down. Sit tall on the edge of. Sit tall. Your chair again. Both feet flat on the floor. Now slowly straighten your right leg out in front of you. Extend it until your knee is as straight as feels comfortable. At the top, pause for 2 to 3 seconds. Feel the muscle on the front of your thigh tighten, then slowly lower your foot back down. Do not let it drop. Control the lowering phase. Let's do one together. Right leg extending, slow and steady. Hold, 2, 3. Now slowly lower. Good. Now left leg. Extend, straighten. Pause, and slowly lower. We'll aim for 10 repetitions on each side. Now here's something very important. The lowering phase, bringing your foot back down, is just as important as lifting it. In fact, lowering slowly builds even more strength than lifting. This controlled motion trains your muscles to support you when walking downhill or sitting down safely. At the very top of the movement, when your leg is straight, give your thigh one extra gentle squeeze. Imagine pulling your kneecap slightly upward. That extra squeeze activates the inner part of your quadriceps, the portion that stabilizes your knee joint. If one leg feels weaker than the other, start with the stronger side. That helps your nervous system remember the movement before asking the weaker side to perform. And if fully straightening the leg feels uncomfortable, that's okay. Work within a comfortable range. No forcing, no sharp pain, just steady, controlled effort. By the time you finish, you should feel your thighs working, but not burning intensely. That mild fatigue means the muscles are waking up. We've now activated your hips, strengthened your calves, engaged your quadriceps, and your legs are preparing for something more functional. Now we move to exercise number 2. This is where standing strength begins to return. Exercise number 2, supported mini squat. Now we move to exercise number 2. This is where your legs begin practicing a movement you use every single day. Standing up and sitting down. This is called the supported mini squat. Stand behind a sturdy chair and lightly hold the back for balance. Place your feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward or slightly outward, whichever feels natural. Now here is the most important instruction. We are not doing a deep squat. We are only bending your knees about 25 to 30 degrees, just a small bend. Imagine you are about to sit down, but you change your mind halfway. Slowly push your hips back slightly, bend your knees, lower just a few inches, pause for 1 second, then press through your heels and stand tall again. Let's try one together. Slowly bend, small range, pause. Now press through your heels and come back up. Good. We'll aim for 8 to 10 repetitions. Now here's what makes this powerful. This movement activates your quadriceps, your glutes, your hamstrings, and your core stabilizers, all working together. That coordination is what gives you confidence when standing from a chair or climbing stairs. Here's an important detail. Keep your chest lifted. Do not let your knees collapse inward, and do not let them travel too far forward over your toes. This is a controlled strength movement, not a bounce. If today your knees feel sensitive, make the movement even smaller. Even a 10-degree bend still activates the muscles safely, and if balance feels uncertain, you can perform this facing a wall, with both hands lightly touching it for support. The goal is stability, control, confidence. By now your legs should feel warm and active, not exhausted, just awake. And that means you are ready for the final exercise, the most important one in this entire routine. Exercise number 1. This is the movement that determines whether your legs feel dependable or hesitant. Let's move to it. Exercise number 1, controlled sit to stand with hold. Now we arrive at exercise number 1. This is the movement that truly determines how strong and independent your legs feel. It's called the controlled sit to stand, and it may look simple, but done correctly, it is incredibly powerful. Sit toward the front half of your chair, feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Bring your feet slightly back so your ankles are just behind your knees. Sit tall. Now lean forward slightly from your hips, not your lower back. Shift your weight into your heels and slowly begin to stand, not quickly. Take about 3 to 5 seconds to rise. Feel your legs doing the work. Once you are fully standing, pause at the top for 3 seconds. Stand tall. Squeeze your glutes gently. Then slowly sit back down. Take 4 seconds to lower. Control the descent. Do not drop into the chair. Let's do one together. Lean forward. Press through your heels. Slowly rise. 2, 3, 4. Stand tall. Hold. Now slowly lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll aim for 6 to 8 repetitions. Now here's why this exercise is so important. It activates the largest muscle group in your body, your glutes. Your glutes are the engine of standing strength. When they are weak, your knees take over. When they are strong, movement feels lighter. This exercise also trains coordination, balance, and real-world function. Because this is exactly the movement you use every time you get out of a chair, off the couch, or out of a car. Here's an important detail. If standing without your hands feels difficult, lightly use your fingertips on the armrests at first. Over time, reduce that assistance. The goal is gradual independence, and if today you can only complete 3 or 4 repetitions, that is perfectly fine. Quality matters more than quantity. Slow, controlled, confident. By the time you finish this final movement, your legs should feel engaged from hips to calves. You have activated, strengthened, stabilized, and practiced functional power. But before you walk away, I promised you something. A simple 60-second habit that accelerates progress and protects your legs long term. Let me show you that now. Bonus: the 60-second leg longevity protocol. Before you move on with your day, I want you to add one small habit. It takes just 60 seconds, but it amplifies everything you just did. Here's the key idea. Muscles grow stronger when they are activated, but they recover and stay healthy when circulation is strong. After we wake up, especially in the morning, circulation is slower. Joints are slightly stiffer. Your nervous system is still transitioning from rest to movement. So here's what you do. As soon as you finish the exercises, stand tall. Place your feet hip-width apart. Now gently shift your weight onto your right foot. Lift your left foot just an inch off the floor. Hold for 10 seconds. No gripping the floor. No tensing your shoulders. Just steady balance. Then switch sides. 10 seconds on the other foot. If balancing without support feels unstable, lightly hold the back of a chair. Now here's the second part. After the balance hold, take 5 slow, deep breaths while standing tall. Inhale through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. As you breathe, gently tighten your thighs and glutes for 2 seconds, then relax. This activates your nervous system and reinforces the strength patterns you just trained. Finally, and this is important, drink 1 full glass of water. Hydration improves circulation. Circulation improves muscle recovery, and muscle recovery improves strength consistency. That's it. Balance, breathing, hydration, 60 seconds. But done daily, it signals to your body, we are staying strong. Final recap plus 7-day challenge. Let's quickly walk through the full routine so it's easy to remember. We started with exercise number 5, the seated march, to gently wake up your hips and improve circulation. Then exercise number 4, standing heel raises, to strengthen your calves and improve balance. Exercise number 3, seated leg extensions, to build strength in your quadriceps and support your knees. Exercise number 2, the supported mini squat, to coordinate your legs for real-world movement. And finally, exercise number 1, the controlled sit to stand, the most important functional movement for independence. Then we added the 60-second longevity protocol, single leg balance, deep breathing, hydration. Altogether, this takes about 10 minutes. 10 minutes to remind your legs how to support you. Now I want to give you a simple challenge. Do this routine for 7 days in a row. Just 7. Mark it on your calendar. No skipping, no rushing, slow and controlled. By day 3 or 4, you may notice something subtle. Standing feels smoother, stairs feel less heavy, balance feels steadier. And by the end of the week, you may realize something even more important. Your legs feel more reliable. Stronger legs are not about lifting heavy weights. They're about consistency. Your body responds to what you ask of it. If you ask it to sit, it adapts to sitting. If you ask it to stand strong, it adapts to strength. And remember this, your legs are not weak because you are aging. They are weaker because they have not been challenged in the right way. And starting today, that changes. If you try this for 7 days, come back and tell me which exercise felt the most challenging. Was it the balance hold, the sit to stand, or the mini squat? I read your comments, and your progress helps encourage others who are just beginning. If you found this helpful, consider sharing it with someone who wants to stay strong and independent. Take care of your legs, and they will take care of you. I'll see you in the next video.